MBA programs are collapsing. Let's dive into it. Long seen as the best path to the most coveted investment banking, consulting, and leadership careers, the MBA program may be in trouble. Applications are down and acceptance rates are skyrocketing. Since 2017, every school ranked in the top 50 has seen their total application volume decline. This includes the likes of the M7 schools, Harvard, Stanford, Wharton, Kellogg, Booth, Columbia, and MIT Sloan, 7 of the best MBA schools in the country, all the way down to the fringe top 50 MBA programs. Some schools have been more affected than others. Columbia has only seen a 2% drop in their total application volume since 2017. Harvard and Stanford have seen a 10 to 11% drop, while Yale and Dartmouth are the top 10 MBA programs that have seen the most substantial drop in their total application volume at 22%. If we dive deeper, it is starting to look like entirely distinct markets for an MBA degree based on their ranking. Here is the overall number of applications and acceptance rate at the top 50 ranked MBA programs. Applications are down from 105,000 in 2017 to 88,000 in 2019, a drop of 16%. The drop in applicants has driven up the acceptance rate from 21.6% to 25.9%, an increase of 4.3 percentage points. This masks the difficulties the second and third tier schools are facing. Let's look at the same data, but separating out the schools by how highly they are ranked. Top 10 ranked schools receive more applications than schools that are ranked from 11th to 50th in the country. Schools ranked within the top 10 are still holding out quite well, as they have a substantial cushion of applicants. Applications are down on average 12%, causing the acceptance rate to tick up from 15 to 17%, an increase of 2 percentage points. But it is still incredibly difficult to get into one of these top MBA programs. Schools ranked outside the top 10 are faring much worse, however. Schools ranked from 11th to 25th in the country have seen their applications drop by 19% in 2 years, and acceptance rates have increased from 28 to 35%, an increase of 7 percentage points. And at schools ranked from 26th to 50th in the country, applications have gone down approximately 23%, and acceptance rates have increased from 35 to 45%. Let's look at a representative school.
I went to Cornell. You ever heard of it?
Cornell is an incredible school with an outstanding MBA program. All of the major MBA rankings have Cornell inside of the top 15. But Cornell is likely to have a problem in the coming years if the trend in applications continue. Here are the total applications to the full-time MBA program at Cornell since 2013. They fall from a peak of 2,356 in 2013 to 1,535 for the 2019 intake cycle. That is a drop of 35%. This has caused the acceptance rate to increase from 22% to 38% over the course of 6 years. While 6 in 10 applicants are still rejected from Cornell, if the trend in applications continue, we could see Cornell letting in nearly half their applicants this year. This is something that is unheard of with schools that are ranked as highly as Cornell.
Interviewer has turned off applicants' interest in Cornell, and they are going to go to the vastly superior Dartmouth. Ever heard of it?
Many schools will fare worse than Cornell, specifically those without the prestige of a top 15, 25, or even top 50 MBA degree, and there are hundreds of these schools in the US. We will likely see dozens of schools and MBA programs outside of those ranked in the top 50 close down in the coming years due to a lack of applicants. There is not much leeway in keeping all these programs open if applications continue to drop 10% year over year. Furthermore, as highly ranked institutions become less exclusive, they may begin to cannibalize the student enrollment of these lower ranked MBA programs. While Cornell does not directly compete with the school that is ranked 75th in the country, it does compete with those ranked near it. If the schools that are ranked slightly better than Cornell become less exclusive, Cornell will be forced to become less exclusive in its own admission standards in order to maintain its enrollment. It could also decide to decrease its class size, but with high fixed costs such as salaries and campus and building maintenance, it will likely view that as a last resort. This knock-on effect will cause each subsequently lower ranked school to become less exclusive in their own admission standards in order to maintain enrollment. At the lowest ranked schools in the country, acceptance rates already exceed 80 to 90%. Some of these lower ranked schools are currently barely covering their expenses, and if they experience a further 10 to 20% drop in applications, we could see them forced to accept nearly 100% of their applicants or close down the program entirely. Several schools have already decided to close down their full-time MBA programs in favor of less expensive online MBA programs, which they claim provide better value for money. So what is driving these drops in applications and the corresponding increases in acceptance rates? A recent survey of 150 admissions professionals stated that the top 3 reasons for the decline in applications were: Number 1, international students are concerned about the current political climate in the US. Number 2 is the low unemployment rate and the strong job market. And number 3 is the cost of the MBA program. None of these factors will likely change during the course of this admission cycle. We are well into the 2020 application intake cycle, and we are getting early indications from admissions professionals that the applications are down substantially from last year at this time. We will likely see double-digit declines again this year. So if you're thinking about getting an MBA degree in the US, it may be the best time to pursue one. At least until next year, that is.